Hello friends, in today's video we are taking information about who is India's true friend, Russia or the USA. There are number of thoughts in which one is there is nothing called as a true friend in geopolitics. 1. India is moving close to USA for improving their economy. The reason behind growth of the economy of China is American FDI. India is using the same technique for FDI inflow. FDI means foreign direct investment. Number 2. USA knows China is trying to be the next superpower. To counter them, they need strong ally in Asia, which is India. China knows that India is an alternative to them in terms of cheap labor. Number 3. Russia is India's good friend, but since the past few years it is moving closer to Pakistan since India is moving closer to USA. Number 4. Russia is selling weapons to Pakistan to improve their economy, but they know the diplomacy isn't good as Pakistan is in debt and can't buy much weapons for their voice isn't strong on world stage. So there is no friends or enemies in the world politics. There is only partners. There is another thought, which is it has to be Russia because Russia is a true friend of India. Reason number 1, Russian support during liberation of Goa in 1961. There was a referendum in which 75% of the population, which is Hindus, approved and 25%, which are Catholics, voted against. The Russian umbrella protected against NATO Portugal. In 1965, the Pentagon gave weapons to Pakistan and even ran a war game in which they proved Pakistan could win war. Pakistan lost and there is now a town in Indian Punjab called Patton, in which hundreds of US tanks and planes were captured and put on display. From 1953 onward, US tried to make India give up Kashmir to Pakistan. An Islamic terrorist group, the Hurriyat, is run from the US embassy in Delhi. In 1971 war with Pakistan, Nixon sent in US enterprise to the Bay of Bengal and this was neutralized by Soviet submarines. Nixon also tried to get China to invade India and this was blocked by Soviet threat to China. Soviet veto blocked UN Security Council action and in the UN General Assembly. Only the Soviet bloc voted for India. Number 5. US sanctions against India since 1974 till 2008 for Indian missile and nuke program. 6. Open threats by Albright around 1993 to December India like they did to Yugoslavia. Number 7. Involvement of US government and diplomats in anti-Hindu Christian missionary activities. Number 8. The Mumbai terrorist attack in 2008 in which hundreds of Indians and 6 white US citizens were killed. This was masterminded by David Headley, which is Islamic name Daud Gilani, who is also called a CIA agent. Headley has been given a plea bargain and not available for questioning by Indian cops or deportation to India where he can be hanged. Number 9. Euromaidan type. Western funded pro-democracy NGO activists are very active in India. Number 10. The Russian ambassadors in India like Kadakian schmooze with all political parties and speaks Indian languages fluently, attend Hindu functions, whereas US diplomats do not have a positive attitude about the right wing. For example, denying visa to potential PM and being blind to pragmatic interests. Stick to enclaves where they only socialize with Western-oriented elites and anti-Hindu groups. There is another thought, which is, first of all, the US certainly does not see India as a real friend. The United States now treat India as a friend just because India has purchased American arms and its strength is inferior to that of the United States in all aspects. India has always prided itself on maintaining friendly relations with other countries diplomatically. Whether it is the tit-for-tat US and Russia or the Middle East with disorganized interests, many countries have good relations with India. But for Europe and the United States, India is more like a big fat meat. Britain also sold a lot of weapons and equipment to India in the early years, including aircraft carriers and fighter jets. And France, as we all know, India paid a high price to introduce Rafale fighter jets. Anyway, India is need to understand that they treat you as a friend because you bought their arms. If India is happy to think that the US treat India as a friend, it is a bit self-deceiving. The United States will only regard countries that are not a threat to its global hegemony as a so-called friends. The direct point is that if you are too weak in India, the United States will treat you as a friend. The so-called US and India have broader cooperation and the same interest in the Indian Ocean. Even the Americans themselves may not believe these words, so why should India take it seriously? If it were not for India's generous purchase of US-made weapons in the past 2 years, such as Chinook helicopter, Apache gunships, MQ-9 drones, fighter engines, P-8I anti-submarine patrol aircraft, etc., the United States would really treat you as a friend. And sold you the F-35 long ago. Once India's naval strength increases and its demands for control of the Indian Ocean become stronger, I believe that Indians themselves will know that the United States is the negative factor affecting their rise. At present, the strength of the Indian Navy is weak. Although there are aircraft carriers, there is a big gap with the United States in the term of displacement, performance and construction speed and logistics support. Therefore, for the United States in the Indian Ocean, India is currently a pawn that can be used and there is no threat to itself. One day the Indian Navy will become stronger and the contradictions between the United States and India will inevitably deepen in the waters that the Indian Ocean, an important waterway in the world, passes through. Conversely, why don't the United States regards Russia as a friend? Simple. Russia has its own sphere of influence, whether in Asia or South America. In the field of the arms, it is one of the few countries that possess a threat to US-made weapons, and in the field of energy, it does not follow the will of the United States. Therefore, the United States regards Russia as a thorn in its side. Looking at India again, whether it is in the field of economy, energy or arms, it cannot challenge the world position of the United States. In the final analysis, the United States treat India as a friend because India is weak. When India becomes powerful, I believe that India itself is not willing to mix with the United States. So friends, these are some thoughts which tells there is nothing called as true friend in geopolitics. There is no friends or enemies in the world politics. There is only partners. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like this video, please like, share and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.